Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us, and if you've been around for a while, it's always great to see you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so you don't miss out on any of our future videos. Today we're diving deep into a topic that I think a lot of you will find not only fascinating but also eye-opening. Why narcissists never stop obsessing over you. Now, if you've ever been involved with a narcissist, whether in a romantic relationship, friendship, or even a work environment, you probably know how intense their presence can be. But one thing that tends to confuse a lot of people is this lingering obsession narcissists seem to have, even long after you've cut ties or gone your separate ways. It can be disorienting, frustrating, and sometimes downright creepy. Why do narcissists have this need to keep obsessing over you? What is it about their psychological makeup that makes them so fixated, even after you've moved on? Let's break it down. To understand why narcissists never stop obsessing over you, we first need to understand what drives them at their core. Narcissists are primarily driven by the need for validation and attention, commonly known as narcissistic supply. This supply is crucial to their sense of self-worth, as they rely on external validation to feel good about themselves. They aren't capable of maintaining a healthy self-image on their own. So instead of looking inward for validation, they seek it from others, often at the expense of those around them. You, being a source of that supply, hold a significant role in their lives, even if the relationship has ended. The narcissist's obsession with you isn't about love or care. It's not about missing the relationship per se. It's about control and power. Narcissists have a profound fear of being forgotten or insignificant. To them, being irrelevant is equivalent to being worthless. So when someone like you, who once provided them with attention, admiration, or even anger, steps out of their orbit, it feels like a threat to their very existence. This is why narcissists often go to great lengths to remain in your life, even if the relationship is over. Even after you've moved on, they haven't. They see you as an extension of themselves. They can't separate their identity from the people they've roped into their manipulative games. Losing you, in their minds, feels like losing a part of themselves, and that's terrifying for a narcissist. They'll obsess over what you're doing, who you're with, and whether or not you still think about them, because your attention, even in a negative form, feeds their ego. This is why many people experience what's known as hoovering. When a narcissist tries to pull you back into their web of manipulation, often using emotional manipulation or guilt trips. When a narcissist no longer has access to you, they can spiral into a state of panic or anger. Their mind constantly returns to thoughts of you, but not in a nostalgic or sentimental way like how most people process past relationships. Instead, it's more like they can't stand the idea that they no longer have control over you. Narcissists thrive on controlling the narrative, controlling how others perceive them, and most importantly, controlling the people in their lives. When you step out of their control, it disrupts the sense of order they've built for themselves. One of the most frustrating things about dealing with a narcissist is their uncanny ability to make everything about them. They don't reflect on what went wrong, or how they might have contributed to the end of the relationship. Instead, they fixate on how losing you affects their ego and status. They don't think about your feelings, your boundaries, or your needs. All they care about is maintaining their sense of superiority and control. This is why they continue to obsess over you, sometimes for years after the relationship has ended. The obsessive nature of a narcissist can also be tied to something called object constancy, which is a psychological concept related to how individuals maintain emotional attachments. Most people, even after they've separated from someone, are able to recognize that the other person exists in a world outside of their immediate experience. Narcissists, however, struggle with this concept. They can't grasp the idea that you can exist without them, that your life goes on independent of their presence. This lack of object constancy means they continue to see you as part of their world, even when you've moved on. Another reason narcissists continue to obsess is because they tend to idealize and devalue people in their lives. During the idealization phase, they might have placed you on a pedestal, seeing you as perfect and capable of providing them with endless amounts of validation. But when you stop giving them the attention they crave or challenge their behavior, they quickly move into the devaluation phase, where they belittle you, criticize you, and make you feel unworthy. However, even after they've devalued you, they still obsess because, in their twisted view, you're supposed to exist for their benefit. This cycle of idealization and devaluation makes it incredibly hard for them to fully let go. When you're no longer available to be manipulated, they may flip back to idealizing you, remembering only the attention and admiration you gave them. In their minds, they can't fathom why you wouldn't want to be part of their world anymore, so they obsess over getting you back or at least keeping tabs on you. It becomes less about you as a person and more about what you represented, a steady source of validation and control. Then, there's the matter of the narcissist's inherent insecurity. No matter how confident or self-assured they may seem, narcissists are deeply insecure people. They wear a mask of superiority, but behind that mask lies a fragile ego. When someone like you who once made them feel important or worthy walks away, it shatters their sense of self. Narcissists have a difficult time dealing with rejection because it taps into their deepest fears of being unlovable and insignificant. So, instead of accepting that you've moved on, they obsess. It's their way of avoiding the painful reality that you no longer want them in your life. Narcissists are also notorious for seeking revenge. If they feel slighted or rejected, they may obsess over ways to win or to make you pay for daring to leave them. This revenge can come in many forms: spreading rumors, sabotaging your relationships, or even trying to re-enter your life just to discard you again. This kind of obsession is driven by their need to feel in control, to feel powerful, and to ensure that they have the last word. They can't handle the idea that someone else might have power over them, so they remain fixated on regaining control. This need for control also explains why narcissists often stalk or monitor their exes. Whether it's checking your social media, asking mutual friends about you, or even directly contacting you under the guise of checking in, their obsession is fueled by a desperate need to know what's going on in your life. They want to ensure that you're not thriving without them, because that would mean they weren't as important as they believe themselves to be. The idea that you could move on and be happy without them is unbearable for a narcissist, and so they obsess over you in an attempt to keep you tethered to their reality. In the end, the narcissist's obsession with you isn't about love, longing, or regret. It's about control, validation, and power. They never stop obsessing over you because, in their mind, you never stop belonging to them. They view people not as individuals with their own needs and desires, but as objects that serve a purpose, specifically to make them feel important. When you break away from that role, it causes a kind of existential crisis for the narcissist. Their obsession is a reflection of their inner emptiness and insecurity, and as long as they're not getting the supply they need from somewhere else, they'll continue to fixate on you. So, if you've ever been in a relationship with a narcissist, you probably know firsthand how intense this kind of obsession can be. But it's important to remember that it's not about you personally. It's about their inability to let go of control and their desperate need for validation. The best thing you can do is maintain firm boundaries, stay strong, and remember that their obsession is a reflection of their own issues, not yours. Alright everyone, that's it for today's video. I hope this explanation helped you understand a little more about why narcissists can't seem to stop obsessing over you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into topics like this one. I really appreciate all of your support. And as always, feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any questions or experiences you'd like to share. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.